Number 11 on the 2025 AIME I Problem. A piecewise linear function is defined by fx equals x if x is 1 minus 1 to 1, and 2 minus x if x is 1 to 3, and f x plus 4 equals to fx for all real numbers x. The graph of fx has sawtooth pattern depicted below. The parabola of x equals 34y squared intersects the graph of fx at finitely many points. The sum of the y coordinates of all these intersection points can be expressed in the form a plus b square root of c over d, where a, b, c, and d are positive integers such that a, b, d have greatest common divisor equal to 1, and c is not divisible by the square of any prime. Find a plus b plus c plus d. So here, let's rotate the whole graph by 90 degrees. There, now the sawtooth graph is now standing vertically, and also the parabola is now become y equals 34x squared. Let's just call it the sawtooth gx. Now, the first two intersections, the first 2 points, are the first 2 intersections of the original graph, but just rotated. To find this, it is the intersection width between y equals 34x squared and y equals x plus 2. So 34x squared minus x minus 2. By Vieta's formula, the sum of the x coordinate, or the x value of this changed rotated graph, is the same as the sum of the y coordinates of this original graph, which is the value that we have to find. So it's 1 over 34. The next 2 points are the intersections between y equals 34x squared and y equals minus x plus 4. So it is 1 over 34, but with a negative. The next 2 is, again, 1 over 34, because it's 34x squared and x plus 6, so it's the same. And it keeps repeating like that. 1 over 34, negative 1 over 34, 1 over 34, negative 1 over 34, and it keeps going. However, let's draw the graph more closely. At the point 1, 34 on the rotated graph, the parabola just can't intersect with gx, or the sawtooth graph, anymore, because it just goes over the domain of the sawtooth graph. Also, the graph gx goes into the point 0, 34 at a top right angle, and we can know that because on the original graph, if the value of the x-intercept of the blue graph goes in at a right bottom angle, then it's 2 modular 4, and 34 is 2 modular 4, so it's rotated 90 degrees counterclockwise, so it should go in at a top right angle. So since there are even number of 2 groups, we can know that since it ends with this like this, the sum of the y-intercepts, or we could call x-intercepts in the rotated graph, is equal to 0. So this last point over here, which I'll mark in this color, is literally just the answer of the question. So the last point is the intersection between 34x squared and x plus 34. It's x plus 34 because it's like this at a 45 degree top right angle. And this is 34x squared minus x minus 34 equals 0. So x equals 1 plus or minus, we could say that it's a plus since it should be positive. 1 plus 4 times 34 times 34 over 68. So it is 1 plus 5 square root of 185 over 68. So the answer is 259.